tighten it down. Benjamin, go look on the back of my golf cart. There's a wrench, a little funny looking wrench, looks like a screwdriver and a wrench. Go get it.
I could never find that cake.
The unique thing about having sheds is that you could literally triple your space by creating a lean-to on the side of the shed. Now what we did with this particular shed, we already used a portion of it as an enclosure for the goats to go in out of the rain and in the winter. But on this side, we're going to be creating storage for our hay, our winter hay, because you definitely have to keep it dry. And we created another lean-to on the side of, or on the back, should I say, of Watchman's shed. But on this one, we're going to use this space for storing our hay. Right now is under Watchman's shed, and he needs his own space or storage. And so what we're doing here is just clearing some trees out of the way. We were unable to set that middle post there because branches were in the way. We've already cleared quite a bit, but we're going to clear just a bit more so that we can go ahead and set that post. As you see, this is the width that the lean-to is going to be. This shed here is 20 feet deep. So it's going to be 20 feet deep and roughly about 12 feet wide. So that's going to give us plenty of storage for hay. Plenty of storage for hay. So what we're doing here too is we have that string tied to the branch. So as he gets through it with the saw, we'll be able to pull it this way so it doesn't come back and hit his ladder. I just got stung by a mosquito. They are so sneaky. They wait till you're busy and doing something, and then all of a sudden, come back some more, Shim. All of a sudden they're biting you. Got me right on my arm. Just getting the smaller branches off first. We've already cleared again quite a bit. Okay, come on, come back further, fellas. Like right here, yeah. Come back some more. Okay, so we are all pulling these now. I have it wrapped around my arm to make sure that I'm pulling it strong and the boys are pulling. So between the three of us, we're pulling it definitely.
Go ahead and pull it.
There we go.
Get out the way.
Yeah. Good job.
Now you come on this side and cut it.
Yeah. Maybe we could cut some of the lower pieces first.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, cut some of that off and then just work our way up the branch. We're supposed Okay, so move some of the branches out of the way, fellas, so that he can get his ladder back over there to finish off that portion. Okay, pull, guys, pull. Got it. Wonderful.
I
So
bet
now
that
we
whole
chop.
piece, you see that whole piece up there? I bet that's a good medallion in it.
Probably so. So now we're going to chop this up a little bit, and then you all can load it up so we can haul it away. Let's get the string off. This is another lean-to that we built on the side of this shed. Now this shed here is our nursery for baby birds, and so building off of the side of it, we created a space for our quail. So there are quail down in there. You see them moving about. So this is our quail enclosure built right on the side of the nursery. So once babies are born and they're big enough to come out of there, out of the nursery there, the quail can go here. We do have chickens and ducks and geese, and what other birds do we have? Guineas, silkies. That's a nursery for all of those birds, and turkeys as well. But after they come out of the nursery there, this lean-to created an additional enclosure for us. So this again is what I was talking about, getting that extra space by building off of the side of an existing building. Here's another good example of a lean-to that came off of the side of a shed. You just put that roof on it. With this one we use pallet rack as well. The pallet rack is 12 feet wide, and so that gave us shelf space. Of course, we ran out of space over here, so we're going to be clearing a lot of this stuff out from over here. Right now we're using it to store like our lawnmowers and edgers and things of that nature and extra things. But a lot of this wood is coming out from under here because we have another lean-to that we've built on the back of Watchman's shed. And so we're creating all of this additional space by coming off of the side of an existing shed. Gives you all this extra space. Now here's Watchman's shed here, his workshop. So on the side here, he has all of this space, all of that space for storage. And believe it or not, we still don't have enough storage. So when you live on a farm, things kind of pile up on you. And so we're trying to get it together. On the back of one of the other sheds, we're going to do another lean-to. But the lean-to that we're working on right now is going to allow us to remove some of the things that are under Watchman's shed, which the hay is under his shed right now. All of that's coming from under there because of this project that we are working on here, building off of the side of this shed. We're doubling the space from the volume of the shed. The other side, we actually tripled it because we're using the other side for the goats. They have their little space there, but right here we're gonna have space to store all of our hay for the winter, and of course to protect it from the rain. So again, this is making great use of shed space. Now I'm not going to go into the yard, but right behind those two little enclosures right there is another shed, or a lean-to style shed, house, whatever you want to call it. It comes right off of the side of that travel trailer, in which we've spoken before about the travel trailer, how that is actually our enclosure for our pigeons. So the pigeons are living in there, they're born in there, the moms raised them in there, but off of the side of it we had a temporary enclosure for the chickens. We're currently building something much bigger for the chickens because we have over 100 chickens. And so that space back there is definitely not enough. Some of them are living on the other side of the travel trailer there, and they're getting too big. Some of them are in the yard sharing space with the ducks, and some of them are in that other yard that's currently for the chickens. But this right here is a project that we're working on. This was initially our compost bins, right? But chickens love to scratch around in there and leave deposits. And so this is a win-win. We are actually going to enclose this thing. And of course not on this side. You have to allow for air in the compost bin. But on the other side there, we're using pallet racks. And we're going to connect the two spaces where the chickens will have access, but they won't be able to get out on this side. We're just in the beginning building state. Well, not the beginning, right in the middle. We're going to be finishing this up. It's going to be an interesting looking project. Right now this is what it's looking like. These gates on this side will allow us to dump and turn our compost, but we are going to have a space on the other side that the chickens can go out into a yard that's going to be covered to keep predators from getting to them. We've had a problem with raccoons and other animals grabbing our birds, and so we're going to be solving all of that with this structure right here, allowing the chickens to have access to the compost to leave their droppings. And it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. They'll have their yard, their security, and they'll help us to keep our compost turned. Yep, so again, this is a video talking about how to get good use out of the sides of sheds by building off. You're leaning, they call them lean-tos, but you lean up against another building and you come off the side of it and create a whole other structure. That's the other side of the other shed that I was talking about, where the goats are able to go in there and get shelter from the rain, and also in the winter. That's one of their shelters right there. which is a lean-to. We built another structure over here for when we separate goats. The other structure, we currently have all of them over here out of our way while we're working on this area here. We brought them some tree branches earlier. We had to cut those tree branches down, and they love to eat the leaves. And so this structure right here is another one that we built for the goats whenever we need to separate the males from the females. And so here's a lot of projects that we have going on around here. That one isn't a lean-to, that's a standalone structure. But it was very simple and easy to make. Very simple. And so that's it for now. Thank you all for watching our little farm update. I'm going around looking at all these animals, seeing what they're up to. Everybody's just moseying about, doing their thing. Okay, with that, I am out. Bye-bye.